Welcome to the channel. This is Holden from Classroom Camp. You know, for the most part, I cover education news here in the US, but that doesn't mean that other countries are exempt from scrutiny and criticism. And such is the case we have here today because there is a case that is so bonkers that I could not pass it up. And we're going to take a look at that today. This is coming from Economic Times of India. And the headline reads, Teacher stayed on paid sick leave for 16 years, collecting over 1.3 million in salary, sues employer when asked for medical proof. This is published on September 7th, 2025, and the article says, in what sounds more like a plot twist from a film than real life, a German teacher reportedly stayed at home for 16 years on full salary without stepping into the classroom. The controversy took a dramatic turn when, after years of unquestioned sick leave, her employer finally asked for a medical examination and she responded with a lawsuit. The case has triggered nationwide debate in Germany, exposing loopholes in the civil servant system and raising questions about accountability, fairness, and oversight. I mean, you have to ask how something like this could go on for so long. Again, I'm here in the US. I don't understand how the school system and all that stuff works in other countries, but someone collecting $1.3 million over 16 years, being on sick leave, never being asked to submit any documentation on a hospital visit or a physician visit, anything like that. Like, how does that happen? How do you get away with that for 16 years? And the only reason that she is being called out by it now is because there is a new administrator that came in, wanted to do an audit, and was looking at it and was like, yeah, there's something going on here. All right, something going on here. So somebody finally got in there and is like, this doesn't look right. It says here in the article that this arrangement persisted until a new school administrator initiated an audit earlier this year. The investigation uncovered a glaring gap in procedures. Although the teacher regularly handed in medical certificates, no one had ever required her to undergo an official medical check. Rather than comply, she challenged the request, claiming it violated her rights. But a German court dismissed her case, calling the situation truly incomprehensible. The court also ordered her to cover the school's legal expenses, amounting to about $2,900. So again, you handed in some documentation, I guess. Okay, so we'll we'll give her that. Who knows whether this documentation was like legit or not? Those details have not been revealed, but no one asked her to actually go in for a medical visit, apparently, and she tried to sue, saying that it was against her rights. I mean, absolutely crazy. I've never sued anyone in my life. I don't know if I ever will. Maybe if someone like really does something wrong to me, but suing over this, like, how do you even think that you're going to get away with this? Like, that's just, it's crazy to me. And I have heard of these kinds of things happening here in the US. I have come across stories of people who have gone out on leave, or principals or whatever, that haven't worked in a long time and have gotten paid for whatever reason, but not this long, and definitely not this much money. I mean, I gotta hand it to her. Honestly, it does kind of seem like stealing. So in that sense, I'm kind of like, shame on you. Don't do that. But hey, I don't know. And I'm actually shocked. I'm curious to find out whether or not she's going to have to pay any of this back. I know it does say here that in Germany, teachers are considered civil servants, a status that comes with generous benefits, including indefinite full pay sick leave. While this provides important job security, it also demands strict rules and oversight. If the allegations against the teacher are confirmed, she may have violated multiple regulations. Now, so we don't really know what exactly could come of that with those violations. But this article talks mostly about oversight and the issues with the school system. Like, who is watching people like this? Who is checking into these kinds of things? Like, again, my question: how did this happen? How did this go on for so long? But as I was saying, with what is going to happen with this teacher? I don't even know if you can call her a teacher because she hasn't been in the classroom for 16 years. But it's like, um, do you have to pay any of that money back? Like, you had to pay the $2,900 of the school's legal fees, but it's like all that money that you took. Again, as I said, it does seem like stealing. Like, you know, maybe you should have to give some of that back. I don't really know. I don't know how these things work, but I'm curious to find out. And it's just like I said, this is just one of those stories. It's in a whole other country and everything, but it's like, man, who knows? Maybe I should move to Germany. Maybe I could, get paid to sit at home and watch Love Is Blind and Marry at First Sight and, just enjoy my life. Maybe go on a vacation, put that $1.3 million into some stocks, get rich off of that. Who knows? I could dream on, dream on. But anyways, that's all I have for you with this video. And I'm curious to hear, what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share this video. Thank you for watching. That's all I have for you in this one, and I will see you next time.